All right, it is Halloween time at Disneyland. Halloween time running daytime programming and some nighttime, not including Mickey's Halloween Party, runs daily from September 7th to October 31st. So we've got almost 2 full months of that. And so what we're going to do with this video is we're going to definitely look at the nighttime stuff for the bulk of it. But there are some things like what we have over here at Plaza de la Familia that only runs in the daytime hours. So we'll take you around and show some of the daytime stuff, and then we'll transition to the nighttime where everything looks a whole lot cooler.
No living person has ever been. Miguelito! There you are! Everybody, say hola, Miguel! Hola, Miguel! Okay, now, this is the moment on Miguel's fantastical journey where he meets a charming trickster named Ed, who helps him find the courage to fulfill his musical destiny! Wait, you can do it. Yes, with some encouragement. Also, let's go now. Miguel, this is the moment. Come on. I know you can do it. Vamos, chamaco. Eso. Great-great-grandfather and the musician that wrote Remember Me. And so, music was welcomed back into the Rivera family! And Miguel became the musician he was born to be. On Dia de los Muertos, the everlasting bonds of family unite us together in love.
Our love for each other will live on forever. In every beat of our ground, corazón. Our love for each other will live on forever. In every beat of our ground, corazón.
Well, our story has come to an end, but our celebration continues here at Plaza de la Familia! Thank you so much for joining us! Muchas gracias! Adiós! Nos vemos! Bye-bye!
point out about daytime programming here in DCA is that you do have Vampirina, the Disney Channel character. And what we've been told by the CMs today as she's made her debut here is that she roams in terms of her meet and greet. So we are going to go take a look at where she's meeting next, which is over at the theater, the old Muppet Vision. It's no longer in use, or at least not currently, and it's not in a preview or anything. So we'll go take a look and show you what she looks like. Alright, so we've hopped over to Disneyland to check out Zocalo Park, and this is kind of one of the things about Disneyland during Halloween time is there are most things that can be enjoyed day and night, but some things like what we've been showing you, they're really mostly daytime. And this one, I mean, you can check it out at night. You can see there's a little bit of lighting in the back, but I don't know, to us it just kind of comes off a lot better in the daytime in general. Now, most things, though, definitely better at night. Again, everything we're focusing on in this video are all the things that are included in regular daytime admission prices, or regular day ticket, I should say, not an upcharge thing like Mickey's Halloween Party. That we'll do in a whole separate video. One of the things about the daytime, if you're not that familiar, if you're kind of debating when to come out during the Halloween season, is really they don't give you the music in the daytime, or I shouldn't say daytime again, I should say in the non-hard ticket. They don't give you the music, they don't give you some of those special lighting effects, they don't give you the fog. They kind of hold things a little bit tighter here in Disneyland. Now DCA, different story. You get the full works. That's not really thought of as the same thing as Mickey's Halloween Party. I mean, you can have access over there, but it's not specifically, the treat trails and things like that. So as we kind of cut off here in terms of the daytime stuff, we'll move into looking at things for the nighttime. And once again, I mean, it's a great season to visit. Usually nowhere near as busy as the Christmas time season, but still fun. Yeah, or even more fun because of that, really. And a big time Halloween time, whether it's day or night, are the treats. People go nuts for the popcorn buckets and the candy apples and the cakes and all that fun stuff. Alright, so the night has basically come upon us now. We can see the lighting a lot better. And we wanted to, as I said, kind of go through some of these locations, take a look at them at night when they're just so substantially different. As cool as Cars Land is during the daytime, it's just so much better at night when you get some of the projections like this, the lighting. As we make our way over to Buena Vista Street, you see it there as well. It's just a whole different ballgame. And again, really nice here is that it is all included in a regular ticket price that you're able to access this area. So, particularly on those non-Mickey Halloween Party days, if you don't have a pass and you just want to come on out for one day, target one of those days. You can get a little bit of the Halloween vibe with Nightmare Before Christmas, Haunted Mansion Holiday and all that over in Disneyland, but then you get really kind of a nice nighttime playground here with some cool things to see. And again, here in Southern California, we're so fortunate to have so many different attractions, so many different Halloween attractions, but we are very light, all things considered, on family-friendly things. And you have Ghost Train, which is fantastic, Boney Island in the past, now it's joining forces with Ghost Train, but there's not that many things to do at night with the family to enjoy, where you get a little bit of that Halloween vibe. And you definitely can get that here at Disneyland and DCA. So not a cheap ticket price by any means, but if you are looking for something to do with the family where you get a lot of Halloween flavor, you can get it here. So, but it does take nightfall, I think, to really feel it, to really hear the music coming over. Not sure how much the music is picking up on our recording here, but it is just nice little touch to have that Halloween flavor pumping through the speakers. And And all the different types of touches and little things like buried in the store here. Our memorial there. And that just went up, what, yesterday, day before yesterday, something like that. Outside flows, you've got the webbing, the Happy Halloween sign across the way there. Just so many touches, big and small. I mean, you could really spend a decent chunk of time just trying to look at all the different lighting packages used, little things, jack-o'-lantern faces here and there, menacing things. One of, I think, everyone's favorites, the zombie car here. Now, as we're recording this on opening day, and the Cozy Cone is not done yet. So you don't have the jack-o'-lantern faces on the motel yet. You do have little things, the trunk or treat sign. Over here, you've got these ones that have their little kind of jack-o'-lantern faces on them. And spiders. And then at the lobby, it has a little bit of the oil, as in blood spill. And once again, kind of its tip of the hat to the Bates Motel with the Breaks Motel model set in there.
Hey everyone, welcome to
You get Lightning and Mater coming out in their costumes, so that's kind of a neat little touch there. And again, you know, it's rare to be able to get the characters at night without having to pay the hard ticket price of Mickey's Halloween Party. But in Cars Land, you do get a little bit of that, which is cool. Prior to their commitment to bringing Halloween to DCA, it was just such a kind of drag over here. You had Disneyland, as it still does, really holding on tight to giving you much in the way of Halloween entertainment at night. I mean, obviously Haunted Mansion Holiday is fantastic to get a full ride overlay like that. And you've got Ghost Galaxy if you're into that, with a bit of an overlay too. But, you know, you just didn't have the entire kind of sound package, lighting package, the effects, all of that you have over here now with Buena Vista Street and Cars Land. So I'm greedy, so I hope to see it spread out elsewhere. I mean, I think Pixar Pier would be a lot more crowded tonight if it had some stuff going on, and it doesn't really. It's pretty dead over there, relatively speaking, because there's just not really any Halloween vibe. And I do think, you know, even with Fantasyland and Disneyland, really, the fact that they take some of these lands and basically divorce them from the holiday seasons is kind of odd and jarring. But at least we get what we get. And definitely what we get in DCA is far superior to what we had ever gotten in the past DCA. And it's nice just that it gives people that don't want to pay that hard ticket price for Mickey's Halloween Party something fun to do, to take the kids. The kids can feel like they went to, you know, Disneyland at Halloween time, and feel like they really got some flavor for that. They allow kids to dress up. Adults are not allowed to wear costumes, but the kids can dress up, and you can really feel, I mean, there's no trick-or-treating, but it does have some of those elements of Mickey's Halloween Party. And the fact that Mickey's Halloween Party sells out all the time, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to give a little of that away for regular admission price. All right, so we'll wrap here for our Cars Land segment. Okay, so we've made our way to Buena Vista Street here, which is right there with Cars Land in terms of theming. I mean, maybe not quite to the detail, but I mean, pretty fantastic with obviously all the tree lighting, but then you've got Carthay Circle with the bats in the belfry. We'll give you a little closer look at that in a minute. And just the lighting there. You've got the sound, kind of a balance between wind whistling through the trees and the rustling leaves, howls, and then just songs, you know, things like From Nightmare Before Christmas, stuff like that. Also over here, you are getting characters at nighttime. You've got Daisy Duck over there in her witch's attire. We just saw Mickey in kind of his vampire outfit passing by when we were doing a periscope here. And then all of the windows have cool stuff. I mean, some are as simple as just, you know, things like this, where it's just little touches of candy, trains, and things of that nature. And then others are full-on animated, like across the street over there you've got the classic kind of Mickey cartoon with skeletons dancing and ghouls attacking. One of my favorite things, though, very understated, is all of the lighting. You know, these reds and greens and purples in the windows. I just really, really think is awesome and kind of understated, but it just really sets a nice backdrop between the sound and the lighting. You know, it does the trick, even if you didn't have things like the animated windows and all of that. It all continues to the front there. We're gonna make our way back, though, head over by the Headless Horseman. Actually, let's go ahead and take you closer to Carthay, and then we'll go to the Headless Horseman. This is great here. I mean, you can hear the horse, you see the lights, the steam coming from the nostrils, the Headless Horseman. How great to get such a classic character featured over here, and it just fits perfectly against the backdrop of Buena Vista Street. Cool photo opportunity during the day, but definitely a whole nother level of cool at nighttime when you've got that lighting package with it. And again, set against the backdrop there of just the green against the building there, some red behind the jack-o'-lantern. Sandwich, you know, with all these blues against the trees, just really comes together nicely. And as we make our way back to Disneyland for the nighttime Halloween stuff, I mean, immediately you see the difference in that it is, I mean, both are family friendly, but definitely this one, I mean, they kind of set the tone to go from here over to Oogie Boogie on the other side there, and Oogie's kind of calling you out and giving little almost growls at times, welcoming you in, and it's very foreboding all the way around, and this is just extremely welcoming and very light-hearted, and that kind of fits with what you see inside there. It's not as much of a spooky feel, it's just more of kind of a very lightly themed jack-o'-lantern heavy Halloween vibe. And here you see that very distinct difference as we come in, and we're talking about that is in here you can hear the music, which to me has always been jarring, is that it is just kind of that standard Main Street music, which I absolutely love all through the summer and all these other things, but it's just kind of weird. Now you will, you know, in general, I shouldn't say you won't get the characters' costumes, because you do get them intermittent, but it never has been like at the same availability. I mean, you do have great photo ops like the jack-o'-lantern. I mean, that's one of my favorite all in the park, but you know, it's not quite the same. Actually, here's one of the characters in costume here. There's Minnie over there, so you get a little bit of it, but it's just, you know, again, not the same type of music. You're not going to get the projections on Main Street that you'll have at like the Halloween party. It doesn't have kind of that foreboding look to it that they put on Buena Vista Street. And you don't have any of the lands that really do anything like what Cars Land does. I mean, at Christmas, an entirely different story. But here you're mostly looking for, you know, some windows like this. Nothing fully animated, but you do have some of those fun jack-o'-lanterns that they put out every year. And again, we do in our whole update series, lots of little videos of, new things, or not new things, but a lot of times old things like these guys that show up. And still, we always look forward to seeing them every year. But gotta say, just having DCA is probably partly also because it's just newer. You know, that it's like, oh, you know, you get really excited to see it and check it out. But would love to see them just give that Halloween music to people without that hard ticket price. But I guess it does make Mickey's Halloween Party that much more special, because I know I do love hearing it, and I do love seeing the things that we see as they throw on a little bit of fog and some different lighting packages and things like that during the Halloween party. And even in the transition, you know, if you're in the park on a day that there's a Halloween party, and as they're kind of booting you out and transitioning over the Halloween party, you start to get that music, and that's kind of a fun addition as well. But at the end of the day, I mean, still you're getting the best attraction when it comes to Halloween in Disneyland, so that's awesome, which is obviously Haunted Mansion Holiday. You know, it's really a great attraction all the way around. They do a tremendous job with the overlay, even though honestly I still miss Haunted Mansion proper during the season. I love seeing Nightmare Before Christmas. All right, let's actually make our way over to Nightmare Before Christmas and Haunted Mansion Holiday. All right, and as we wade our way through opening night of Disneyland Halloween time here, we do have that attraction, Haunted Mansion Holiday, which is great. Obviously fantastic what they do with Jack and Friends. Adding Sally, what was that, 2 years ago, was a really great addition. But just a lot of fun. So we'll give you a few little clips from this, but not a full ride through. You can check that out elsewhere.
Too late now. It's time for your gift.
All right, now we made our way to Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, and I think this is where we'll wrap up. So Space Mountain Ghost Galaxy, obviously an overlay to the popular ride. I think people are really mixed on it. I mean, I don't know that I've ever heard anybody say Ghost Galaxy is their favorite version of Space Mountain, but it is something different for the season, and obviously that could be enjoyed day or night. It's not something, you know, exclusive to the nighttime or any better at night with it being the indoor ride that it is. But you know, so this, I think we'll kind of round things out here in terms of the video overall. So hopefully you've enjoyed just kind of the look at things here on opening day at the Disneyland Resort for Halloween. Really try to focus on something a little different this year. Just try to show some of what you get when you're coming as a regular guest, you know, not doing the Mickey's Halloween Party thing, but just, you know, a general guest here. One thing I did was wanted to kind of correct, I think, in terms of speaking about the characters, interactions and things like that. I mean, I definitely feel like there's just more offered when it comes to Halloween in DCA, but I don't think, you know, as I thought more about it and looked more at what character options there were, I mean, you really can get still those, you know, you still can get your Mickey Mouse and your Minnie and things like that. So definitely off there. Just wanted to kind of correct that in Disneyland, I should say. So just wanted to correct that, as I said. But, you know, again, we were just taking a break a little while ago, and we made our way to DCA for it. And it was just so different sitting in, like, here you do have that, you know, you can hear that kind of whatever monster sound in the background, but that's, you know, rare in Disneyland. For the most part, you just got a whole different kind of scheme when it comes to the music and the sound when it's not a Halloween party. So definitely DCA is kind of our pick for the place to hang when it comes to Halloween this season, looking for all ages at the Disneyland Resort. So with that said, we are going to go ahead and wrap up here. We'll have plenty more content from Disneyland Resort as well as all the other parks in the months to come and years to come. So follow along with us, subscribe, follow, whatever you want, and we'll provide lots and lots of content. So we'll wrap up here. Until next time, see you in line somewhere.